Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran, Terra, Shadowfront. I'm John, I'm your game master for the evening. Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, and fuck fascists.
And insurrectionists.
And people who encourage those two things. With me this week is Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gent Minar, the half-elf spellslinger.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Titania Valkorian, Eladrin Druid Princess.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valdez Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Kalirna Ilani, a Drow Echo Knight.
And Cody.
Hi, I'm Cody. I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
Unfortunately, Nikki is going to be taking a bit of a hiatus from us, from this show.
Yes,
from all of us. No.
She's decided that these 6 people in particular, I need to be around them less.
She's still Nikki is still a part of Final Show Films. Nikki is taking a hiatus from this show though, for personal reasons and health, and will be rejoining us at some point in the future. We love her very much, and we look forward to getting her back. In the meantime, Skies will simply be a background NPC who is there, but quiet, not referenced, whatever.
I'm going to teach Skies to be a huge wizard. It's going to be gnarly.
If you guys make me make rolls for Skies, it's your fault if Skies dies, not mine.
Basically, Scuzz will show up anytime there's a locked door or a trap, is what you're saying.
Like I said, if you make me make rolls for Scuzz and Scuzz dies, it's your fault, not mine.
And then you have to explain it. You have to be the one to break the news.
That's fine. Nikki, they killed your Scuzz.
No. The person.
Whoever
I'm
did
saying
it.
the person who did it.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. That works.
Well, I only got a few levels till I get Globe of Invulnerability, so it won't be me.
Put the goblin in his hamster ball.
Put the goblin in the ball. Anyways, when last we left off, the group had made it to Everstone, where apparently the city was in the midst of some sort of magical plague that was killing dwarves left and right, resulting in many places within the city of Everstone being quarantined. They met with the High King Brynjar Wolfstrand, a very large and powerful looking dwarf who was wasting away under this illness. And doing his best to sort of maintain a facade of healthiness around those whom he was leading. Entrusted with the battle axe that contains the seal of his office as the High King, Valdeth led the rest of the Steelhearts into an investigation, trying to figure out what exactly is going on, starting with the disappearance of her mother, whose name escapes me at the moment. Rala Stonebeard. I got it eventually. Upon investigating Rala's disappearance, they discovered a small icon that they determined to be the icon of the demon god of sin, Rethorb, aka an icon of sin. And with that information, they decided to tuck it away into Kalirna's outfit.
I need to shoot its brain with a rocket launcher.
There's no brain, just a vial of blood. and head deeper into the city. The city, Everstone, is a city that builds down from the surface. The surface buildings were all sort of a very evenly spaced grid-like series of structures, all of which were none of which were higher than a story, save for the 13 towers surrounding it that all belong to the 13 ruling families of the city, and the 14th tower, that being the royal palace, effectively. And the two Stonebeard Guardians, which are these two massive gun turrets that you will no longer see because you're underground. But as you all descend the Stonebeard Tower and exit out into the underground, you find a very odd sight for most of you except for Valdeth. You have all been in underground cities, at least once. And in underground areas, and you're all familiar with what caves look like and traditionally what underground building looks like. This doesn't look like that. As you step out and see these structures, you realize that the small one-story structures that you had seen on the surface, equally grid-spaced out, were the tops of towers or columns that extended down into the earth. As you step out from the bottom of this tower, which doesn't quite reach the ground, as you're stepping out into the street, you sort of look back and see, and the bottom of the Stonebeard Tower sort of plinths itself down until it's a foot square tip. So it's just a series of flat levels down and in until it comes to what would be a point, but there's no actual point. At which point stairs then do the rest of the work down to the ground, and there's effectively a gap underneath the tower, which makes it look almost like a crafted stalactite. Meanwhile, around you, in that same gridded off space, but more of them because as it goes down, the city widens out. There are these columns of stone that represent all the other individual buildings coming down. You can see that there is sort of a lattice work of walkways and stairs in the air above you from connecting the various levels of all of these column-like buildings, which sort of gives the undercity of Everstone kind of like a anthill vibe almost, where rather than a series of tunnels, it's just a series of lattices and walkways that sort of connect through all of these columns on various levels. You can see from where you're at now, there's about 3 levels above you so 2 levels of walkways above you, and then ground and ceiling. And then a little ways away, you can see where the ground opens up and more walkways continue down. And just like above the surface, you can see that there are many doors here that are closed with the seal of the House Mordant.
Welcome to Everstone proper. I wish it were better dealings.
Wow. This is big. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. This is kind of like, what's the place with all the tree houses and all those walkways?
Eleanor.
Nope,
No,
not Eleanor.
No.
Ilhanador.
Ilhanador, yes.
Yep.
Come on. We need to get down to the breaking ground.
And yeah, as you make that statement, yeah, it actually does very much remind you of like a reverse, like an inverted Ilhanador.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make our way down to the breaking grounds. We won't have too much time for sightseeing. Let's make our way to the ground column.
Is a question. I assume that the markets are probably not really operating at full potential right now.
Unlikely, considering.
All right.
We can take a look, but...
And fortunately, the market stalls, are along the grand column, because the best place to sell your wares are in the thing that people use to traverse up and down if they're not coming through their own house.
Yeah.
Valdeth leads you over to that area where the ground sort of opens up that you could see from where you were, and it's just this massive drilled out pit with grooves in the side of it going up and down. So you have this sort of like lattice work that connects up and lattice work that connects down, where it sort of delves further down below the city and also connects as it goes. It looks kind of like if you were to look at the hole left behind a drill, like a wood drill, after you've put a hole in something and then removed it. It's kind of like that, but massive. And just lined with storefronts and stalls and doors and buildings and all manner of signs calling out various businesses, many of which are closed, but not all.
Okay. Gen's looking for some place that's open that would sell the necessary materials for making ammunition.
Give me an investigation check.
You could probably just buy bullets here.
Well, it depends on the kind
I
of
assume
bullets.
this is visual?
Yes, this is a visual investigation check.
23.
Was it 23? Yes, there is a small ammunition shop. It's actually an ammunition shop run by a House Stonebeard. Like you sort of see this like by a Stonebeard affiliate, not actually a member of the house, but somebody whose family is affiliated with the house. You see this small front shop. It's kind of like a it's like kind of like a bodega basically, where it's like just like a little front area.
Bullet bodega?
Kind of a little front area.
Super here for this.
There's like a little front area and then a counter and then stuff behind the counter, but you can't really get into it. And sort of a small standing area. There is the sign of House Stonebeard hanging over the front, along with the sign for munitions. It basically just says like the munitions depot in Dwarven.
Right.
It's one of our vassal families runs the shop.
Yep. And and as you step in, the walls are lined with all manner of sort of clockwork and sort of tinkery devices, as well as plenty of the materials you might need to stock a tinker's workshop, construct ammunition. There's actual ammunition to buy, though the ammunition is not the same kind that you would normally use.
Right.
The things here are much more shot than bullets here.
Okay.
Because all the dwarven guns are cannon variety.
Right.
They shoot balls, they don't shoot bullets.
Right. Their version of a revolver is Hellboy's Samaritan, basically.
Yeah. And actually there are a couple of guns on the walls that are these large square affairs that have that are various dwarven instrumentation chiseled out on the sides of them.
Gens basically just wants to get 100 gold worth of materials for making
easily
stuff.
done.
So.
Easily done. You can get 100 gold worth of materials easily enough.
Eldith, the rune carvers, rune wardens, would they have, do they have storefronts?
They may, but I suspect if House Rune Warden was one of the ones hit hardest, most of their stores would be shut down by now.
I was just wondering if you knew if they had sold scrolls.
In the past, they've sold their magical expertise to various people, including the different families, but
services, not so much materials.
Yeah, rune wardens are mostly services, not sundries.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might be able to pay a member of House Rune Warden to learn some of the spells that he knows, but that's assuming you can find a healthy member of House Rune Warden right now.
Yes. It was just a thought. If we have time after we check these breaking grounds, something that might aid is a spell that I don't have, but we seem to be needing more and more. No, it's not prestidigitation.
Goblin still outclasses you in that.
Yes, he does.
For as far as sundries go, Valdeth, Misthaven is the closest place that would really have that in stock in like vast supply.
Yeah, if you're looking for large quantities of reagents and such, Misthaven is the nearest place.
A single scroll should do it. It is not powerful magic. It is just the ability to detect magic.
Yeah, that's definitely something that Rune Warden would have if you could find someone.
Yeah, if you could find a Rune Warden mage who was healthy enough, you could probably pay them to teach you that.
All right, something to think about when we come back.
But you continue down the Grand Column. Yes, Val, I'm okay. I always look tired. Sorry, someone in chat. But yeah, so you continue down the Grand Column, and eventually find your way down to the breaking ground. So the breaking ground underneath Everstone is the first time since you all have been in Everstone that you've seen natural cave. Like the cavernous levels of Everstone thus far that you have passed through have been this very well chiseled, smooth wall with decorated like statues carved into the walls and things like this. As soon as you get to the bottom of the column and you hit ground, it's rough-hewn terrain and a few ramshackle buildings that have been carved out of wall and large diggers, like these large drill devices that are currently not operating, and broken earth sort of all around.
Welcome to the breaking grounds.
And
this is where the city of Everstone expands.
Kalerna, you're holding onto the icon of sin, right?
Correct.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sweet.
Oh, good. I'm so good at those.
This is.
Look, we were being careful. It's not touching me.
I took the zombie out of my pocket. It's fine.
6.
Oh,
I think the correct term is dumped the zombie
So-
out of your
Yeah,
pocket.
Yeah.
yeah.
Out of your bra of holding, to be clear. So you are unaware that anything weird goes on, Kalerna. Everyone else, you suddenly hear a very different voice talking to you from Kalerna's mouth. So, you bring before my scions one who has been twice cursed by my children. An interesting play, to be sure. And you look over at Kalerna. Kalerna is sort of staring off into the middle distance, not focused on anything. And her mouth is moving. And this voice is definitely not hers. Sort of coming out of the mouth as it moves.
Hey, Kalerna.
And walk over, put
The
my
accent
hand
is
on her shoulder.
definitely- It's definitely the accent isn't nearly as good.
No.
Yeah.
As he walks, puts his hand on his shoulder and casts Identify to see what's going on right now.
Okay. Make an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Just straight intelligence?
Yeah.
10.
Ithram begins sort of staring out in the middle distance too. And both of them start talking, and the voice is now echoing through the two of them. Ithram, you have no idea what's going on. Don't worry, your friends are fine. I am simply using them as a conduit to have a little chat with some interesting mortals. So,
speak your piece, demon.
what is it you hope to find?
Whatever's causing this curse and to break it.
Interesting. And where, perchance, did you find my icon?
That's none of your concern now, is it?
Oh, but it is. For my icon is gifted only to my children. And
Children
so,
are bad at holding on to their toys.
well, a parent doesn't interfere with their child's toys. So I'm curious. You didn't get it off of one of my children, that much is certain. So where did you get it?
Someone perhaps even more cunning than you.
Intriguing. Well,
What?
yes, daughter of a god.
What did you mean by twice cursed?
Only that your lover, and Kalerna's head shifts to look over at Gent. So does Ithram's too, which is kind of weird that they both sort of turn in unison to look at Gent. Has been mocked twice by my children. Once by a servant, and once by the being itself.
Would you claim to be Rethorb?
I claim nothing. The truth is plain to see.
Not quite so much.
No.
If you were the demon of sin, you'd probably be locked further away beyond the divine gate.
Why do you think my toys are scattered throughout your realm? Small bits of vision that I can use to access your world. The divine gate keeps me from interfering directly, but I must have my entertainment somehow.
I have a real quick question. Mechanically,
Yeah.
are sending stones, we have to speak out loud for those to work, or can we also do it without?
You have to speak out loud. You can whisper and it'll work, but you have to actually vocalize.
Okay, all right.
Don't worry. I mean you no harm in your investigation. I'm simply looking to be entertained. So,
I hope the slaughter of your followers is entertaining.
slaughter of any kind is entertaining. I don't care if they succeed. I only care that they are entertaining.
I'm gonna turn away and try and speak softly into the stone, specifically excluding Ithram and Kalerna doesn't have one, but to the rest of the group. I'm trying to do it quietly so that they can't hear.
Make a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are kicking me out of the group text?
18.
Yeah, okay. You can whisper it fairly quietly.
Okay. I can try and deafen or blind them. I don't think we've got one thing with eyes on us already. This doesn't seem wise.
Well,
Are you only here to speak, or do you have something else to do?
I am here to make the game more interesting for myself. So, I give you this freely. There are lies all around you, scion of the Stonebeard. Some of the lies are intentional, some of the lies are not. But if you want to know what's happened to Mummy Dearest, you're going to have to pierce through all of them, not just some. And you may now have your friends back. Ithram, your spell goes off. Nothing seems to be affecting Kalerna.
That is odd.
Kalerna, Ithram just cast a spell on you.
Is everything all right?
No.
Magically,
no, it's not.
yes. Wait, what? Why? I
No.
With these
Both
going
of
on?
you just ended up being used as a conduit for Rethorb.
I'm sorry, Lord Valdez. Could you say that again?
Both
Yeah.
of
I
you.
don't think I understood.
Both of
correctly.
you just ended up being used as a conduit for Rethorb.
when? When did
Stop.
I?
When you put your hand on her.
Just now. Used a lot of talking. It was creepy. And like as a person who does zombies and stuff, real creepy.
Well then.
Still want to hold on to that icon.
I see. Excuse me for just one moment. Lerda pulls out a vial of holy water and proceeds to sprinkle it all over her.
What are you? Okay. Is that doing anything?
Burning.
Do not know, but it is better than nothing.
It can't
Okay,
possibly
maybe you should-
hurt, I assume.
Get a
Also,
little,
maybe
get a
you
little in
should-
your eye. It stings a little bit.
It's water.
Yeah. Is that good to keep holding on to it?
I was assuming that it being between not that actual physical touching and between that perhaps this would be fine. Apparently, I was wrong.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Make a religion check, Kalerna. While you're thinking about the holy water.
19.
It occurs to you suddenly that Rethor, while being titled the Demon of Sin, is a divine entity.
Oh,
So-
yes, but that is absolutely correct. That doesn't mean that people don't use it in real life.
Oh,
When,
no. Absolutely, but that, sort of like as you're thinking
It
about,
don't
it's like, yeah,
hurt.
no, holy water probably wouldn't have done anything because he's like he can make holy water.
Look, this isn't being done to actually ward off the demon. It's being done for Kalerna's sanity.
It might be a placebo, but it's a necessary one.
Yes. We have this free bag of holding now. I
Yes, there's no
understand
longer a
he's
corpse.
Not that,
Uh-huh.
that does not have a dead thing in it.
Nope. No dead things
Wonderful.
left. Hang on, let me.
With
Nope, no
It's
dead
a-
things.
takes like a stick and carefully takes it off around.
Sorry, I just pictured Titania going, "Hang on, wait, no dead thing."
Yep.
Check for lumps. No.
Holds it out on a stick.
All right, it's going to carefully. Hang on. Turn
Just
around.
imagine passerbys.
The only
Everybody's dead.
The only
No,
things,
I'm
the only people out on the streets right now are those weird statues you saw back at the palace.
Yeah, that completely passed me by. I have no idea. Titania doesn't
Oh yeah, no.
know anything about magic items.
Like,
So.
yeah, Titania just turns towards one of the statues for decency and just...
Okay. There. Okay. That should be
Statue
fine.
gets
And
the blush lines under its eyes for no reason.
it's just the anime sweat drop, but as a
Right,
as
yeah.
like a thought bubble above it.
there. That should be fine. And I've got training in resisting stuff a little bit, maybe. So
So
should
do
be
I.
fine. Besides, if I start, doing weird things and it's
Yes,
not
but
a
Ithram doesn't
strange
have
voice,
interdimensional storage for his nipnops, so
He could always get a jockstrap of holding if he wanted.
that's
then...
true.
Oh boy.
I mean, I would say that part is a little bit more concerning because you have access to powers and resources that I do not. But as long as it is not on your person, I think it is probably fine.
Jockstrap of holding, also known as the ultimate dance belt.
All right.
Okay. I think that should be
See
fine.
what we can find.
If
I
I
think it should be
start
fine.
saying weird things or I don't have anything left, so I shouldn't have any blank spots in my memory or anything like that. I can't get drunk right now. So it should be fine.
Again, very sincerely reaches out and takes both of Titania's hands in his own and just looks her dead in the eyes and says, "Darling, you say weird things many times every single day.
Okay.
If you say
We'll
anything,
keep an eye
it's
out, though.
concerning.
All right?
Thanks. Good.
Okay, this time though, fortunately, it'll be somebody else's voice.
Right.
Presumably, she's also worried about it being able to imitate because
The
What
pitch
happens,
shift
though-
is going to be is going to
What
be our
happens
best
though
clue.
if Retherb gets that voice changer from Scream 3? that allows you to just apparently have anybody's voice in the
Yeah.
world.
No, the best Reth Orb has right now, because of shipping concerns, is the Yeti, the World of Warcraft Blue Yeti, that lets you
Okay.
change your voice to be a World of Warcraft character. So, at best, you'll hear "Hello."
Something to drink?
I'm here for evil Kermit.
So where are we going from now? We're here.
Well, now we need to search some of the caverns. Supposedly they dug it up.
Oh, excellent. That sounds like it's my job then. And Gent starts walking towards one of those drill things because he wants to see if he can get one of those running.
All right.
Is there?
So there are still people around.
Okay, never
as you
mind.
approach one of the drills.
I thought it was just abandoned construction equipment.
Mostly abandoned, not entirely abandoned. There are still deep carver, like deep carver engineers, hanging around not doing anything, because even though they can't keep digging because of an ongoing pandemic, they're still getting paid. It's kind of interesting because
union.
yeah.
Topical.
It's kind of interesting because with all the quarantine that's been going on in the city, you haven't seen very many people outside of buildings. So with these individuals, they're very clearly House Deep Carver, whose symbol is sort of etched into the side of these machines, which is it's basically a drill breaking ground, is the sigil of the house. And they have these sort of like yellow and gold, like or yellow and orange and gold, best described as like sort of medium class armor, that they're all wearing with these large reinforced helmets that are of that same sort of blocky style that you've seen all over the place. But these
Dwarven hard hats.
Yeah, these in particular though have additions to them. They have added like stone faceplates to the helmets that are very clearly not meant to be part of the original design, but which cover basically the dwarven faces from the nose down, and it goes all the way down in covering the entirety of their beard, like a large stone sheath for their beard. And they're sort of hanging around chatting, and as you approach one of the drills, one of them looks up and goes, "Oh, hey, well, it's been a while since we've seen an elf down here. Coming to take the tour?"
Actually, quick question, if you don't mind. In Dwarvish, back to them. Have you dug up anything dark or problematic? We're here assisting in the investigations of the plague, as delineated by the higher-ups.
They sort of look you up and down. I'm just coming right out with it, ain't you?
Albeth walks over with the axe slung over her shoulder.
Looks over, sees the axe, stands up a little bit straighter. No, nothing as far as our unit in particular is concerned. We were not on duty at the time when whatever happened was unearthed. All we know from our perspective is that some of our overnight boys and girls got sick after digging one of the new tunnels, and then House Torgun has been assisting us with the coordinating with other houses while we're sort of getting our response going, and also coordinating with House Mordant and also with the High King himself to sort of figure out what we're doing while we're waiting for a cure for this disease to be found.
Which new tunnel?
It'll be Tunnel 17B. It sort of points over down, and you can see there are 5 tunnels currently. All of them have they're all delineated A, B, C, D, E. And then each one, and so they have these large dwarven symbols of, the relevant letters carved above them. And then underneath them, they have additional nominators. And it seems like most of them have about 20 to 30 different split-off tunnels that they're going down. And so it would be the 17th tunnel in the B section.
Mm-hmm.
What about the individuals that were part of that original crew?
Passed away very quickly afterwards, after the initial exposure.
Every one of them?
Mm-hmm.
That is unfortunate.
None of the Torgon liaisons have gotten sick, which is kind of weird, but aside from that, most everyone that's gone down there's gotten sick.
Have you noticed them wearing anything odd that is not part of the usual Torgon?
Well, they've got he sort of taps the beard sheath. No, they've got the new masks on and everything, but so like they're taking precautions. They're just not getting sick.
Do you have a lantern I can borrow?
No,
Okay. Never mind.
and looks a little confused at the question too. It's like mostly because they look at your ears, look at your eyes, look over at Valdeth, and you can't see their face, but you can see the confusion in the eyes.
Never mind.
Far elves could see in the dark.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I
dark
was
vision
gonna-
only makes darkness into dim light. So
Yeah,
might
no,
still
she was
have a
thinking
purpose.
of because we've got those herbs that are supposed to help prevent
Mm-hmm.
this. She was thinking of burning them in that, but I guess I can do it with a torch or something.
Always get a sensor.
Yeah, that seems like a specialist sort of equipment, and we'd have to go back up to find a temple or something, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Though there were several temples on the way down. Like Everstone is the primary deity of Everstone, but there are still like temples to Balnor and a few others scattered throughout the city.
Okay. I can go. I was gonna she'll pull out the bundle of herbs that we were given. We should light these before we go down.
Oh, we don't. If that's what you wanted it for, we don't need a lantern. You can set them. Give me 10 minutes, and I can give you a platter to set them on so that they can smoke while we.
Ooh, yeah, that'll work great. Thanks.
You break concentration, they'll just hit the ground. How long does Tinster's floating disc last, by the way?
1 hour. I checked before I made the offer.
30 seconds.
How deep do these tunnels go? Down?
Several of them go very deep. We're following a few different. Our standard procedure when we're digging out new locations is to find ore veins and follow them all the way to their completion before we level off, so that we don't lose any material when we build the next layer of the city. Several of them go several more layers deep until you hit the Underdark.
Oh, okay. How deep did 17B get?
He looks over, climbs up onto this drill machine, and you can see him sort of like rummaging through some stuff in like the pilot seat area. Turns around, pulls out this large sort of bound dwarven book, opens it up, flips through a couple pages, and then unfolds a page as he looks at it, and you realize this is probably a book of maps.
Mm-hmm.
17B currently has been drilled down to. It breaches the Underdark in a few places, but the maximum depth is 3 levels sub the Underdark, so which is about 30 feet lower than the Underdark breach.
all right, something to go off of.
Which would be it'd be about 8 hours to walk from here to the other end.
Oh. Okay.
How long would it take if we took one of those?
Do you have a license? No, you don't.
Gent pulls a piece of parchment out that simply says, I can do what I want.
It might be fine where you're coming from, fancy elf lad, but not here. These are specialty equipment, created and piloted by proud surveyors and workers of the House Deep Carver.
So what you're saying is one of you's volunteering to drive us down there.
He sort of gets cut off in mid-sentence and realizes what has happened. All right, we'll hook up a cart.
That axe is worth its weight in gold.
Yep.
Possibly more.
Definitely more.
Mhm.
Gold's heavy. So these two get down. They start hooking up a cargo cart to the back of this drill. And it's
While they're
going to
doing
take them a
that,
little
I
bit.
start to, while they do that, I'm gonna start ritually casting Tensor's floating disc.
If you want, if we have a little bit of time, I could just go up and get a sensor. It's a little bit more stable. I don't know how long it takes to do that.
We'll probably be going for more than an hour.
All right.
Yeah, 8.
And I don't know if your disc will be able to keep up with the cart if it's going faster than we can walk.
Yeah, I'll be back in a sec.
You can very easily, if you take the axe with you in particular, or if you take Valdez with you, you can get a sensor for free. The temple to Balnar, which is the closest one that you can find, will give you one.
Mm-hmm. You want to come with, Val?
Sure, let's go.
Okay.
So you head up. You find about 10 minutes up, 10 minutes up column. You'll find a temple to Balnar, which is all the temples are still open because people go to worship when there's plague. People suddenly find religion when they're about to die, quite often. So
Sounds about right.
and yeah, on side of the axe, they will gladly provide a sensor.
Thank you.
It's a very sturdily built. It's the only. This is so far. It's the only thing with curves that you've seen in this entire city, constructed anyways.
I was gonna say
Constructed. It's just it is a large sphere with holes in it that has an opening on the top that you can put things in and light. And
Okay, I cradle that as we go back down. I'm not gonna.
Has a stick and chains so you can carry it.
Cool. Yep. Kind of, sort of carrying it like a beach ball sort of thing, because I imagine it's big.
Yeah, it's fairly large.
Yeah. How are you doing? It's a whole thing.
It is. I honestly don't know what else to say. It's just my city's dying and I need to try and do what I can to save it.
We will. We totally will.
Thank you.
Just like we helped Gat. We're gonna help you with this, and then when I need help eventually with something not related to a time loop or a giant turtle or a very large dragon that destroyed part of a tower a little bit, you'll help me.
Of course.
Okay. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. That's probably a little rude to say, but it's bigger than I thought it was going to be down here.
God.
That's what she said.
This is going to sound even worse, but it is getting bigger all the time.
God damn you
Every time the
people.
city digs out another layer onto itself, they start digging the next one.
Yeah, you were explaining before.
That's what he said.
Different than I thought I would like, but I just hear no in the background
Sorry.
of someone.
Children are misbehaving.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So it's just the universe is just like condemning us for our humor.
I didn't even intend it. So this is I've reached the point. This happens with all my characters who do innuendos where I don't really have to do anything because it just happens.
That's what she said. Anyways,
You get back and Gent is showing the Emperor's virtue to Kalirna. He's like, no, you start with a long, straight, hard rod.
so by the time you get back, a cargo carriage has been attached to the back of this drill, and it's basically just like a large flat platform that has walls on it so that they can load. Because when you're drilling out, you need a place to put it so you can then carry it back, and then you can come back in and continue drilling, and that's basically what this is. There's no seatbelts, there's no nothing, but the four walls to keep you in, and the two dwarves sort of indicate it. All right, climb on in. We'll take you down 17B as far as the drill will go.
Thank you very much.
Right.
If
You're doing your city a service.
Well, if we get sick, just tell our family we died fighting a dragon or something. And he gets into the thing and turns
Most
it
glorious
on.
death I can think of.
Yes, far more glorious than shitting your insides out for half an hour. And then the drill starts up and starts rolling. And it's just this loud. Many of you are familiar with the sound of like a.
So you have been to the Forgotten Night.
Of
Good
like
to know.
an 18-wheeler like kicking on, and the sound of a large tractor trailer turning on and spinning up and rolling. That is exactly what this sounds like. No difference. It also puts out roughly the same amount of smoke behind it. So you're all sort of like watching as this black column of smoke issues forth from one of the pipes on this drill as it. Dwarves are resilient to miner's lung.
They have filtration beers, you see.
I'm gonna light up the sensor. I'm assuming we have enough to get there and back from my estimation, or not.
You get enough that'll burn for a while, particularly if it's in the sensor.
Okay. Yeah. Because she's basically wanting to make sure we're covered.
Yeah.
Like the whole time we're there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The smoke from the sensor rises up to mix in with the black smog coming out of the drill. And you are rolling for a while. So yeah, you've got a little bit in the back of this cargo carrier for any conversations you might wish to have.
So, first we see if we can locate the source of whatever they pulled out. If it's gone, maybe we can find traces of it. And if we can find traces of it, we can see where it went.
I can see if there's any like in the cathedral, anything like that happening.
Kalirna is currently quiet, head down, clearly in some state of prayer.
Yeah, Ithram's I'm gonna try to sneak in a short rest if I can, just for arcane recovery.
Oh yeah. This, as far as you can tell, you've got no idea how long it's going to take. 8 hours on foot, and as you're rolling, the drill only seems to be moving slightly fast, like roughly like speed and a half to what you guys would be moving.
Okay.
So you imagine it's probably going to be a few hours before you get to wherever you're going.
Okay. Then
And
am
we'll
I
go
am I
over-
good to change the spells?
Yeah.
All right.
Gent will go over with Ithram and Kalirna if she seems interested of the actual content of the conversation we just had with Rethorb. so that they're
Yeah.
updated a bit.
Yeah, it was creepy.
You'll pause her internalizing enough definitely to listen. I see.
Interestingly enough, that does throw a bit of light on my situation as well, apparently.
Yes, I noticed that while you were retelling as well.
I should have told him to say hello to my uncle.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure if you really wanted you still could. I don't think that's a good idea.
Just pull out the icon of sin and ask him.
We'll hold off on that for a moment at least. What do I know of Rethorb as an entity? Can I make like a religion check or something?
Give me a religion check.
23. Shouldn't have been an advantage, so we'll just go with that first one.
So you know that Rethorb is chaotic evil. More on the chaotic side than anything else, really. Followers of Rethorb are difficult to interview. And if they and if you can interview them, they have various different things to say. But you know that while he is referred to as the demon of sin, he is a divine entity, just like any of the other gods, which means that the rules that apply to him are not the same rules that apply to demons and devils. He is the patron deity of demons and devils. Fiends worship him. Fiends of all stripes worship him.
So the knowledge that both the archdevil that's my sworn enemy due to the deck and the whatever it is that was masquerading as my uncle are affiliated with Rethorb doesn't really narrow it down all that much.
No, not really.
Okay. Right.
You know that he's very much the kind of person that gets entertainment by watching people fight and kill each other. More than anything else, particularly people that theologians will particularly reference that it seems that he gets the most enjoyment out of watching two people that each have fervently held beliefs that are opposite to one another kill each other over those beliefs. That's his favorite entertainment.
Holy wars are his favorite kind of war.
Yes.
Love a good crusade, this one.
Oh yeah. He breaks out the popcorn at that point. Yeah, and unlike many of the other divinities, he isn't fueled by prayer. He's fueled by sin. So so long as people are killing each other, he will have power. That's basically the way it works.
Right.
And that's pretty much that. With the 23, that's sort of the extent of what you know about him. There's not a lot to know about Rethorb because again, his followers are not easy to interview, and they all say different things.
Yep. But as far as evil goes, he's fairly inclusive.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is. Many would argue he is the embodiment of chaotic evil. Evil for evil's sake, with no real overlying goal. Which also means that he doesn't lie very often, even though lying is one of his portfolio.
He lies to make you feel bad, not to actually deceive you.
He lies when it amuses him. He tells the truth when it amuses him.
Well, now I've got a new target for that thing that I'd been thinking about.
What thing?
The bullet that can kill a god.
Oh, that bit.
Yes.
Tanya said that with all of the air of, the backyard shack that you want to build with your own hands.
Oh yeah, that old DIY. Sure.
Doesn't really know. So I realized that I apparently have a soul gem because it's in my inventory. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's there.
Yeah, you have the
empty
soul
soul
gem.
gem that we got, I think. Yeah.
It's not
Mhm.
empty.
It's got 1,000 gold worth of soul in it.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Because it's for necromancy spells and stuff like that, and you have the most of those. So
I pull that out.
Pull out this little. Yeah, there's this little. It is this Vanta black oval gem.
Okay, I'm looking at it. I'm trying to make sure because it was in the bag of holding with the breath orb thing
Yeah.
for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I appreciate that we now have a helpful prefix in our language for the most color a color can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just
Good.
Vanta, whatever your color is.
Yeah. Look at it,
I
trying to
tap it.
find the edges. You tap it.
stop it.
A little bit of a magical reverberance as you tap it.
Can you tell who's in here? I hold it out toward Ithram.
I tried with identify. It just told me the amount. I don't know exactly how much a soul goes for. So
That doesn't seem like a thing that. Yeah.
yeah,
You'd have to ask a
be
necromancer,
sold.
really.
yes. I just knew it informed me of the amount of reagents it could be equivalently used for.
Y'all were worried about the zombie that I had in here. Maybe someone else should carry this right
Yes,
now.
I forgot that you had that in there with the zombie.
I'll take that one if you don't mind.
Sure.
Just to also
I'll
keep
hand
it out of this existence, she says.
Yeah.
You grab it, and as you grab it, yeah, there's this like, it's a weird thing to hold as you take it from Titania in the few moments before you put it away. It's just this. It's perfectly smooth, glassy texture with an odd warmth to it. Like glass shouldn't be this warm without a clear reason for being. And put it
Don't
away.
like that. Put it away.
I'm not going to make that joke.
Do you think, I don't know, conspiracy theories are weird, and I don't quite know what he was saying, but and she's gonna lower her voice, even though I'm assuming the dwarves who are
There's
driving
no
this
way
thing
they can
can't-
hear you over
yeah.
the sound of the
Yeah,
drill.
she's still gonna lower her voice.
You can barely hear you over the sound of the drill.
Like that this has anything to do with the visions and stuff we had. Did we tell you about that? My thoughts get said a lot of words very quickly.
I am sorry,
when
what?
you first got here. We've had weird visions of like shadowy figures talking about.
Legit don't remember. Yeah, I legit
No, you
don't
weren't told.
Yeah.
remember it's been
I was
mentioned.
gonna say Gent obliquely referenced it,
that's
but
what I thought.
didn't provide any sort of detail.
Yeah. Okay.
What are these visions that you received?
Should we look
mean,
toward Val?
We barely know what they are ourselves, so it's not really much else we can share. Just at times we've all been struck as a group by visions of unknown entities who seem to be trying to protect Everstone from whatever is going to try and destroy it. And
Not-
have been-
Taram.
or sorry, to protect Taram.
Taram.
Sorry, wrong city. Correction. To try and protect Taram from whatever is trying to destroy it, and have recruited us to try and find a way to seal away the Shard of Eidos in the Shadowlands.
I see. Well, that
One figure in particular that is on the protective path, who seems to be operating undetected amongst a larger council who are more on the use the shard and destroy. the city/kingdom.
I see. Well, this certainly this explains a lot more about why I am here. Then.
Why?
Well, clearly, I received a vision from my goddess to help you. Clearly, this is some kind of connection.
Yeah, you distinctly recall in your vision, Kalerna, that the impression you received was that if this group fails, the consequences are sort of globally reaching.
Yeah.
And it's best to solve this problem before it becomes an issue for the rest of Avalon. Because by then, Avalon might not be able to stop it.
Right.
Well, we're glad you're here then. I don't think I said it before because I was kind of out of sorts and stuff, but...
Entirely understand, Lady Titania.
So, like, what's the coolest thing you ever did? We have an 8-hour ride as far as he's concerned. I am not sitting here in silence.
She'll
basically just chatter at you. You don't have to make stuff
that would
up.
be honestly like my accomplishments are not. I do not like to claim about my accomplishments too much. They're simply what I'm here to do what my lady demands of me. But if I were to say one that I was particularly proud of, it would be and she pulls the sword off. Acquiring this, which was just recently before I happened to be here in this area when getting this when I received the vision to contact you.
Oh. I got this when I was sick. We found a dragon and everyone else slayed it. I pull out the bit of the star metal sickle.
It's like, I was sick, we found a dragon, everyone else killed it, and I got this.
Yeah. That's pretty much what happened.
It is quite an accomplishment.
Thanks. And then, oh goodness. Well, we found then there was another dragon that was involved with that, and we flew that dragon back to Taram, and it's very exciting. So we've seen a couple dragons by this point, and I'm basically just gonna keep chattering at you, and Titania's trying to get a read on who you are. Like what? She's very quiet, and whether that's a not trusting us as a group or just not very a talkative person,
right?
Or if she's trying to hold anything back. Titania's just social reading.
Okay.
You can either tell as much as you'd like, or you can request her to do an
I
insight
think
check.
insight's good. Insight.
Yeah, okay.
An insight check, Titania.
Let's see here. Oh God. You know what? Let's use that inspiration. I've got.
Roll again.
I'm gonna do it. This feels like it. I got 2. We'll spend 1.
25.
Okay.
25.
So probably guessed it at this point. Very idealistic.
Okay.
Very ridiculously naive about how the world works.
Okay.
Very capable. Very much has sort of the mindset of the hero.
Okay.
Capital
lawful
T, capital
good.
H.
He's lawful good. Which that would not be hard to figure out at all.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Would she get anything? She's also like interested how you feel about the rest of the group. Like she's probably try and draw everyone into various conversations because, as far as she's concerned, this is you can have a party anywhere.
Right. I mean, she is the knight errant, and there are lords and there are ladies here, and wizards, and yes, clearly everybody here is here for a reason, and they are all clearly great heroes, and so on and so forth.
Okay, all right.
And as Titania whiles away the time chittering endlessly at Kalerna, that's where we're going to take a break. So, if you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. We'll be back in just a few minutes. we're back. So, a few hours pass. It's roughly 6 hours. In the back of the cargo trailer, before the drill comes to a halt and powers down. From ahead of you, you hear, "All right, this is as far as we can take the drill. The rest of the way, you're on foot."
Right?
Thank
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We'll wait here for a few hours, and if you're not back, we'll head back without you.
Okay.
Give it a decent few hours.
Of course. A decent few hours.
She gives them the look of like, if you turn around and leave as soon as we're gone.
We'll hear them.
Presumably.
But
Yeah.
you get out, you go around, and you immediately see why they can't take the drill any further. Just a little ways in front of the drill, the ground drops and opens out into an underground cavern filled with all manner of glowing fauna as you have entered into the Underdark.
Flora, you mean?
Sorry, flora. Oh, flora and fauna, but flora is what I meant. Glowing flora.
Wow.
Plant shit.
Flora as
Are
in
there-
flowers for plants.
Yes.
Cool.
They already have like rope ladders or some sort of way to get down.
The incline isn't too steep for people to go
Okay.
down. It's just too steep for the drill to go down.
Okay.
I'm scrambling down there. There's
And I was going to say,
Cool
Gent's going to
glowing
take
stuff.
point on that.
Yeah, so he-
yeah, I want to see what these are.
Bring up the rear.
Beth will make her way down.
Goggles.
Yeah, and so from what you can see right now, at least, mostly there's a. It's not enough to provide a whole lot of light outside of where they specifically are, but there are several bioluminescent mushrooms of quite a wide variety of size that you can see firsting around, and what seems to be a fairly large open underground chamber. Like out once you exit the tunnel, it looks like the ceiling of this tape, like from ceiling to floor at its deepest, like sort of at the center of the room, is probably a good 300 feet. Once you get down into the middle of this actual chamber, you can't see. None of you, even with Kalerna's enhanced dark vision, none of you can see to the other side of this chamber.
Okay.
But a very short ways down and to the left from where you exit the initial drill tunnel, you see another smaller tunnel, this one done by hand. And you can sort of see like a trench in the wall where they were digging up the vein as they went along.
I'm gonna take some samples of some of these. I would really like some glowing mushrooms back home.
Sure.
Based on the dig scar, is there any indication of what type of mineral vein they were following, or?
Give me a nature check.
Okay. 9.
With a 9, some sort of metal.
Okay.
Can I check that as well?
Sure, nature. Your stone cutting applies.
So add 8 to this. So 23.
It's a mithril vein. You can you can see the telltale connecting points in the rock that indicated that it would have been mithril.
Mining for mithril over here.
Kalerna is definitely a sort of taking lead position because of vision, but mostly just keeping an eye out and bodyguarding.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Right.
John, I forgot to ask.
Mhm.
While we were traveling, would Ithram would have ritually cast Find Familiar to transform Mal from a jackal into a lizard of some sort. I'll get back to you.
Get back to me on the kind of lizard.
Yep.
A monitor lizard
You
because
have-
it's watching things for you.
You have a
A
lizard.
gecko, because we need to save money on our car insurance.
You need to have a car first before you can have car insurance.
We just had a cart.
Yeah, we could.
Save money on our
Okay.
cart insurance.
Unfortunately, Gecko does not cover carts, only cars.
Yeah, it's
But the T is a hard cutoff.
Damn insurance companies.
Anything with
Every
a T,
time.
you lose out.
Well, it looks like it goes that way then.
It's unfortunate for people who have trucks.
Ain't it though?
You have a ruck, though, you're good.
Yeah, you have a ruck, you're probably fine.
No, if you have a ruck, you're pretty fucked.
This is
I don't-
going so many places, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad it wasn't me that derailed it this time.
I start ritually casting, since we're here and kind of looking around at things. My new favorite spell, Commune with Nature, to see if there's any.
Okay. So you commune with nature. Unlike when you've sort of communed with
It's only
nature.
300 feet down here,
Yeah.
just FYI.
Unlike when you commune with nature on the surface, where sort of everything sort of comes to you at once, here you're much more coaxing the information out of the land, and it's a lot more slow to respond. You do sense a fiendish presence, though,
Okay.
at the edge of your 300 feet down that hole that you're near to.
Well, there's as she's kind of just been picking mushrooms and like just sort of slowly feeling it out. There's definitely something down there. I don't know exactly what, but
That's probably that's where we're going to have to look for clues then, at the very least.
I could send Mel a little bit forward, not the entire way, but
yeah.
he's an armadillo lizard, by the way, because why not?
And can I tell
Valid.
if it's like a person specifically or just like the something fiendish was kind of here, like leaving tracks, basically?
Something fucky.
Or is it
So you instantly
someone
gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
fair.
that fiends in the
powerful?
area.
Yeah, powerful fiends.
Yeah.
Influence from other planes of existence.
Yeah. So there's
Those would be the
definitely
two.
Yeah. So definitely some fiendish influence the other end of this thing. You're getting there are a number of fiendish triggers that are coming to mind.
Okay.
As you're thinking about, as you're sort of like focusing in on it, and what it feels like to you right now is a corrupting influence, like it's some sort of fiendish influence that is changing things into fiends.
Okay.
Like to put it so that like the essence you're getting from the earth is dwarves go down, demons come back.
That's not. Yeah, I can see why people are getting sick. It's not like a person, but more like, when we were in the Shadowfell, or not the Shadowfell, Shadowfront, and things kind of went gray-ish, like all the animals were kind of gray, like maybe they went in there and then they just sort of like slowly started going gray. It's like that. We shouldn't spend a long time down there.
Yeah, would I have any idea what sort of thing or creature might cause that? Or
Yeah, religion check.
religion?
The question is how to shut it down.
Could I make an argument for Arcana?
Not in this particular case. You're trying to
Damn
think
it.
about what sort of fiend. What you're trying to think about information on fiends, which is very specifically
Okay.
religion.
13.
With 13, you can't. Like there's a variety of fiendish effects that can influence mortals into becoming more like fiends. Something that spreads like a poison or like a plague that does it, you're not familiar with.
Okay.
I mean, there could be someone down there. I was just like on the edge of what I can sense. The rock doesn't conduct things very well, or I'm just not used to it.
You've got to figure out how to seal it away, no matter what it is. So.
Yep.
We're about to step into Neo.
Neo?
I'm gonna check one thing.
I don't know that
Yeah,
reference.
Gen's got his gun
game,
out and he's
Neo.
just checking his kit and loadout.
Okay. It's after a long rest. So I still have 2 power surges. It's not after a short rest. They reset.
Okay.
Do we want to send Mel a bit forward?
Might be
Ahead of
wise just to have him look ahead.
He won't draw so much as attention as a hawk or a jackal now either. And he kind of just leans down, and Mal skitters off of his shoulder onto the ground. And
changed.
I will send aid with your and I am I believe I am sending I am summoning an echo.
Okay.
And transferring I reach put my hand on whoever is near me shoulder, putting my consciousness in the echo, and it can move 1,000 feet away from me, and I'm seeing through it.
Yeah.
Whoa,
So
okay.
the echo and the echo and the lizard skitter down. The echo does not skitter. Not the
I was
lizard
gonna say,
does.
why is your echo?
The echo strides.
The echo stride. Though it would be funny if you just decided to make your echo skitter.
Just
The echo and the lizard is my King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard cover band.
There you go.
I mean, I was just gonna say the doors, but yeah, that works.
They go down this tunnel. After about 200 feet down the tunnel, Ithram loses. What's the range on your find?
It's 100 feet, so 100 feet.
So after 100 feet, Ithram, you lose connection to your familiar.
Did he see anything within the 100 feet?
Not within 100 feet, no.
Okay, yeah. First 100 or so feet is clear at least.
But after about 200 feet, Kalerna, your echo, and the lizard come to an opening. It looks like they were drilling down, or they were digging down and opened into a pocket, because you can actually see some of the mithril still in the wall going down past this hole.
Mm-hmm.
It opens up into a chamber that is currently very brightly lit by pools of magma that are sort of bubbling around in various places around, raising the temperature significantly as soon as you get to the edge of this tunnel. Further in, you can see there is what seems to be a pile of bones and sand of some kind. And dancing around, chewing on a few things, you see what look like dwarves, until one of them turns around and is sort of like idly chewing on a bone. And you see that where dwarves, particularly Everstone dwarves, normally have, these long beards that go down their front. This one still has that, but from the bottom lip down to about the waist, in the beard, is a gaping, toothy maw.
So to be fair, how much of this can I actually see? Because I'm pretty sure my shadow would still have issues with really bright light.
You can see, like, your shadow is squinting in the light of the room, but you can still see this very clearly. What was once a dwarf now is mostly mouth and teeth down the front.
There are dwarfing demon things up ahead in a chamber about X number of feet.
It's fairly large,
Wow.
and it looks like it goes deeper in. It's about 200 feet into the tunnel.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's at the moment, from what you see, you just saw a few of these sort of dwarven fiendish entities.
There are a few of them. I'm sane, blind, and not aware whether how well it's being heard, but
Kent's paying attention to you and kind
also
of
I am
following
having a
behind.
little trouble seeing. But yeah, there are a few of these. I believe they may have noticed my shadow.
They don't look like they've noticed your
Well,
your
that's-
echo
Oh,
yet.
they have not. They have not noticed my shadow.
Okay.
Never mind. It is difficult to see. I am not used to the brightness of the lighting.
That's fair. I'm talking back at you. I don't think Titania
No.
realizes that you can't respond
Nope.
until she asks a direct question, and then she might just assume that you're ignoring her.
All right.
Can you go further?
So we need to figure
They are
out.
not doing anything different at the moment. They are simply just standing there.
Yeah, but can you
eating
go
things.
further? Matt.
We've seen Ithram do this kind of thing before. I don't think she can hear you.
Oh,
Yes, I believe all of her
that's
senses.
why you kind of zone out sometimes. Okay.
Yes. It is when I'm looking through Mal. I do not have quite the range that she appears to do. But and I'll resummon Mal back onto my shoulder.
Are you saying that she has reach, but you have
Uh,
flexibility?
Sure.
Kalerna, your echo sees the lizard vanish.
And the lizard has now. Your familiar has now vanished. I assume that you know that.
We need to get her an earring.
We do.
We do. Yes.
Wouldn't
I
matter
will
because the
gently-
earring would be hanging off of her. You're not the echoes.
It would, yeah. It would not help, but
I will gently jostle Kalerna's shoulder as a signal to wake up.
I mean, technically it would because it'd go right into her brain.
Only if the earring was in.
Mm.
we could.
You
just
do
be
feel
like-
yourself being jostled, Kalerna.
Yeah. I will. Yep. I will pull back. Shadow vanishes. Sorry. Did I miss anything?
No, thank you for this. Thank you for the scouting, but
Indeed.
I think it's time that we devised what plan we can and then dealt with this.
Well, we should probably try and get up there quietly, right? Because that's not as far as.
Do either you or Ithram have any magics to protect against fiendish influence?
Not today. I have. Druid's problem. I was thinking about the bringing people back from the dead and stuff, and there's some like that can protect a little bit against fiends and things, but I didn't know we were gonna find anything like that here.
Yeah.
So I didn't prepare anything.
Most
Protection
of
from
the
evil and good would be nice.
most of the magics that I have prepared today, I can change a few, but we're more of the they would lead themselves to investigations or such, seeing as how we were to be inside the city limits. I did not expect a fight, but I did have certain spells prepared, but I have nothing to
I
protect
can
from fiends specifically.
Yeah, I can summon things.
You
Yes, I
even
could-
know protection from evil and good, Ithram?
I don't know. I don't have that spell now,
Yeah.
but
I know it's a wizard
Titania,
spell,
I think,
but I
has that.
didn't know if you had it.
Yeah. Yeah, Tanya has that on her list now because it's one of the expanded ones, but I don't have it prepared.
Yep.
So. If we want to wait down here, I mean, our guides are probably going to get a little antsy, but
You guys are gonna leave.
and assume that we've died. But or we can just kind of go ahead and see.
I think it warrants investigation, at least, at the very minimum.
2 minutes, please. As he pulls out the Crystalline Chronicle and he's going to swap out some spells.
All right.
Let's see. Hold person probably isn't going to do too much against zombies. Neither is Detect Thoughts. Or whatever they are.
Detect misfiring brain neurons.
Yeah. So that should work. And so swapping out Hold Person and Detect Thoughts via the Crystalline Chronicle for Hold Monster and Intellect Fortress.
Okay.
Cool.
So, what are you doing now?
So I can help us travel quietly. Go up and see. Maybe
Probably
try and
wise.
Are we gonna try and take them all out?
If they're not interested in talking, we probably don't have any choice.
I suspect that they will not be. They did not seem to be the talking kind.
Yes, but there was that element from Rethorb's conversation that said we're surrounded and beset on all sides by lies, so keep an eye out for anything that is not what it appears, at least.
Definitely, and I wish we could go in with the kind of protection that this entails, but I don't think we can let this fester much longer.
Do we want to try and talk to them?
No, quite frankly, if this is the source of the plague that's eating through my city, I really don't want to talk to it. I want to kill it.
Okay. Should we be doing that quietly, though? Because I don't think this is the...
Let's get there
That was
quietly
like
at the very least.
Okay. Okay. Sure. I cast Pass Without Trace on us.
Cool.
All right. How long does that last?
An hour.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah.
So, everyone, I'm assuming you're heading down the tunnel?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, with Pass Without Trace on, give me stealth checks and add 10 to your result.
Question real quick.
Yes.
The sensor's not giving off light, right?
No, it's just emitting smoke.
Cool. All right. I'm keeping that up then. Just wanted to look-
27.
23.
So 16. I rolled a 3.
24.
Uh, 33.
43. It's plus
No,
10.
that's 33. I already include. I do not have a
Oh.
natural plus 15.
Okay.
To
I
your
mean,
stealth
I don't
roll.
know.
My stealth roll.
It's a weird sleight of hand for stealth, but you know.
Okay.
Oh shit, that was sleight of hand. It's the same. It's
Yeah, I
the same.
figured
Yeah,
it'd
I
be
was
the
going to
same
say, I
roll.
assumed it's probably the same, right?
Make a couple of checks real quick.
Whatever you're saying is not picking up on the mic, John.
I'm just saying I need to make a couple of checks real quick in response.
Okay.
Be sure the map is supposed to be all black.
You're not currently on a map, you're on the world map, which you should be able to see, but
It
I
might
have-
have just gone. It might have just screwed up for me because of all.
It's black
No,
for
I'm
me
It's
seeing
too.
done
the
the
same
same
thing.
for me.
I've dynamic lighting is not on that page, so it shouldn't be an issue, but
It just maybe roll 20 being
Refresh. No, it wasn't it because I just refreshed and it's the world map is back.
No.
okay. Roll 20 being
Roll 20 had a whoopsie.
Roll 20 had a whoopsie. But you sneak down. Sorry, I've got a couple things. Yeah, no, okay. You sneak down.
I pop up my flare or my flail before we have to.
Feel free to position yourselves however you might want to. But you find yourselves in this sort of the tunnel ends basically where you guys are at. You can see now that there's that large pillar ahead of you is the end of the tunnel, which has two different sort of broken exits. And beyond that pillar is where you saw
Hey, look.
some creatures.
Valdeth will summon the Dracolich Spine Blade and put it on her back hanger if she needs it.
So at the moment, nothing seems to have. There's no sounds that you are seeing, or there's no sound that you're seeing. There's no sounds that you're hearing. There are things. Kalerna, as you're moving closer, you see another creature that you hadn't seen previously, sort of like hanging out behind a pillar on the far distance. It's sort of seeming to be just like chewing on something by itself. Is a much larger entity. This looks like an orc that has been turned into a demon. It's got it's got sort of large horns protruding off of its head, a big gray-skinned orcish frame, with a large jagged-looking greatsword leaning against the pillar next to it, and it just has this large hunk of meat that it's tearing into.
So just to make sure, is this is this brightness on a level of direct sunlight?
Yes.
Okay.
So it is very bright in here, and all the light that you're seeing is emanating from these pools of magma that you're sort of seeing scattered around through this cave. But at the moment, nothing is acting like it has seen you.
I don't see any enemies from where I am. Could we not see any of them yet?
Kalerna can.
Kalerna will,
Oh, okay.
Kalerna will like boom, boom, point out.
You know
here
that,
and here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she will whisper. I will, if you would prefer, I will go keep the one on the side, the demon orc busy. You finish off the other ones. I tend to be Haltuki.
All right, let's deal with this.
All right.
As Valdeth will take a moment to focus.
Once you pass that pillar, you will be seen. So feel free to arrange yourselves however you'd like around that pillar.
She will walk up to the pillar as close as she can get, and then summon her echo 30 feet away. 15 feet away.
Mm-hmm. Your echo is back there, so feel free to grab it and move it.
Perfect.
So with Kalerna taking that side of the pillar, Valdeth will take this side of the pillar.
5, 10, 15 feet. Yep.
All right. Titania Ithram Gent, whose token still name is Geralt for some reason.
Yeah, it keeps doing that.
It's because Geralt is the name that is on your default token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll switch it. Gent is going to lava.
Your carbuncle should have full health, by the way.
Yeah.
Gent's gonna post up on this corner.
I am, since we've got some time to prepare, going to use my wild shape to do symbiotic entity.
John, is this pathway looking thing, is that anything significantly different than the other floor of the cavern?
That is smoke.
Oh, okay. So that's above us, not something that he's standing on. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not going to have any sort of tactical application currently to get
that's
positioning.
That's above you.
Okay.
There is lava underneath it over here. This is
That
not
makes sense.
This is an unbroken pool. That
Okay.
worth noting actually, because the map does have that built into it.
Yep.
All right, everyone in position?
Yes.
And
Yep.
we
Yeah.
will go ahead and give us some initiative.
Da, da,
You will have a
da.
surprise round until they notice you, so.
Actually, you know what? I'm actually
I-
not going to summon my echo quite yet. I'll wait until I run because that makes it easier. 16.
I'm trying to find the DMG information on lava.
Environmental something.
Yeah.
It's like 10d10 damage for submersing yourself in lava.
Yeah, it's real bad.
But, just in case anybody gets shoved into lava, I want to know how much damage it does.
Mm.
Unusual environment.
What about if they're magically lifted and dipped?
Then you take Roger Rabbit damage.
Lava?
Makes sense.
Lava. No, where is the rules on lava? I know they exist in the DMG.
It's all caps and it says "Do not touch."
I'm looking.
Google, where are the rules on lava in the DMG?
Right.
I believe it's in the improvising damage rolls. Is the only place where it really mentions lava.
Yeah, where is that?
Improvising damage is in chapter 8.
249 DMG. Chapter 8. There we go. No. Where in chapter 8?
Improvising damage is under the combat.
Doesn't say
section.
anything about damage though. I just looked at it.
Oh, does it not? Oh, well.
Well, the
Oh,
suggestion
wait, there
for
it is.
the
I found it.
yeah,
18d10 being submerged in lava. Got it.
which is different than just walking through it though, because 10d10 is wading through a lava stream.
Yep. I found it. We're good to go. So if anybody gets shoved under lava, I know what to do.
I see. Yep.
All right.
That's
Meanwhile,
very reassuring. Thank you.
yeah, you and you and you.
I love how they're always there whenever we get in combat. There are two. I see names on the turn order for everybody, but two characters who I always just assume are bad guys until I take closer notice, which are Titania and Ithram.
You should be able to
Huh.
see their names.
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
no.
the same thing for me. It's Ithram and Kalerna for me.
Yeah, it's Titania and Claire.
I can literally only see Gent and Valbeth's names.
Yeah, all three of their names are not visible to us.
Huh. Yeah.
That
Roll 20. We don't know.
It's no. They have.
Wonders never cease to amaze.
They put some weird. Because of some updates that they've done and things like that.
can you see it now?
Yes.
I can see
Yep.
Titania and I can see Ithram. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yay! I don't have to
Woo.
take a moment to figure out where the bad guys are going.
I know some of those icons.
Good for you.
I mean, the Tanaruk I knew by description alone, but
Yeah, the Tanaruk was the Tanaruk. That
Demonic orc, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any of these.
Tanaruks are fairly scary motherfuckers.
I figured,
All right. What? Kalerna,
Yep.
you are first, and nothing has noticed you yet.
All right. Well, I have maybe there's something I can do. Let's see. For the moment, I will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. How close does that get me to about 60 feet? That's fine. I will actually, however, go there, so I've got a little bit better sight on him. And she will pull out a hand crossbow. She will take aim and fire at that fucker.
All right. So he does have partial cover from you. So his AC will be up, but you do have surprise.
Then I will
so
go
you
up
do
here.
have advantage. Still has partial cover from you. Just because he's leaning against a pillar. It's not
Okay.
it's not half cover. It's like quarter cover.
So advantage means I'm rolling normally.
Yeah, you have advantage because you have surprise, but you're outside of your range, I'm assuming, so it balances us out.
No. There is daylight.
Does that not only apply disadvantage for perception checks?
All checks. It says specifically, all checks. You have disadvantage on checks that rely on sight.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's everything.
So yeah,
Like
flat
people
roll.
people underestimate how much that fucks drow characters.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
it's not a check; it's an attack roll. Like the 3 types of D20 rolls are saving throws, checks, and attack rolls.
Let me look at the drow ability real quick, or the drow feature real quick. Be beyond.
Also, that's usually why lava is bright light rather than daylight.
Elf. Dark elf. Sunlight sensitivity. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and wisdom perception
attack
checks that
rolls,
rely on sight when you, the target of your attack, or whatever you're trying to perceive is in direct sunlight. And it is you are close enough to the magma, and it is bright enough that it would be considered sunlight level of brightness.
Okay.
So
straight attack regardless.
because lava is very bright.
17.
17 hits.
Okay.
Nice.
So that is 8 piercing damage.
I will say, if you put any of these pillars between you and the lava, it will just be bright light, not sunlight.
Okay.
Is that crossbow magical?
No, it is not. I am basically just trying to get its attention.
Fortunately, Tanarooks are not resistant to non-magical weapons, so good.
Yep.
Yeah, crossbow. Oh yeah, you got its attention.
And then now I will bonus action to put my echo, which, sorry, I deleted off the sheet without the page without thinking.
That's fine.
Yep, that'll work. I'm assuming that this is all smoke and not some kind of bridge.
Correct. That's all smoke.
So the lava goes through there.
Correct. That is an unbroken pool of lava.
Okay. Yep. And then I will put the echo there so that the Tanaruk starts rushing at it.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. That is I believe loading means you can only make one attack regardless, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I do not have crossbow expert. So yep, that is it.
Ithram.
I will move 25 feet to right here. Oh, look, there's a whole bunch of people there.
Yeah.
So this person right here and this person right here both need to make. I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver.
All right.
Cast it's a cantrip. Why are you asking me what level to cast it at?
Sure, you're casting the cantrip version because the Mind Spike is the.
Spell.
Yeah, it says
Oh,
Mind
did you
Sliver.
put at higher level details in it?
Let's see. I believe so.
Yeah, that's why. Cantrips don't actually. Cantrips have a separate thing in the construction of them called higher level scaling, as opposed to at a higher level, which is
Yeah, I'll just cast it through D&D Beyond instead of
yeah. Just cast it
Roll20
through D&D
because I think
Beyond.
that's
I'll go fix it later in Roll20 for you
so.
because it's very easy to actually mess that up.
Where's so, yeah, DC 17 intelligence save from both of them.
Let me tell you what they're good at.
Not intelligence.
Well, that's a 5 and a -2, so.
So one takes
Cool.
9. One takes 9 points of psychic damage, and the other one takes 7 points of psychic damage. And let me. What's it?
Why does one take 9?
He rolled twice because they're two different cantrips.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
because my awesome gauntlets.
Yeah.
So the next saving throw that both of them have to make, they have to subtract a d4 until the end of my next turn.
All right. Anything else in your turn?
Nope. That's action, bonus action, and move. 5 feet. I'll move here
All right.
to give perhaps Gent a better line of sight if he moves forward.
Gent.
Okay, we're gonna step up here next to Kalerna. Yeah, actually, we'll give ourselves 5 feet of movement. Gonna target this one first. With just a standard shot.
Okay.
2. 24 to hit.
24 hits.
For 10 piercing to this front guy.
Hits him.
And then we're going to do a sharpshooter shot to follow up. Does an 11 hit.
An 11 misses.
Okay.
As your second shot fires and ricochets off the pile of bones, and looks like there are some belongings in that pile too, from whatever they've been eating.
Okay. And he'll drop back 5 feet to make sure that Kalerna's got the space.
All right.
I would just like to say that I appreciate that you used that specific wording because I was just writing an article on Ricochet.
Surprise round. Valdeth.
Well, being a dwarf, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I will take my bonus action to focus, get my second charge of Sen. And I will use my action to conjure the Star Metal Greatsword while I've got the while I have the Dracula Spine Blade on my back.
Yeah, you reach up, and this coalescence of blue light appears around your hand, which you grasp, but solidifies into the brightly glowing star metal weapon.
And that is my turn.
And surprise round. Titania!
Woo! Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. Still can't see anything. I don't think.
I like how you've taken the
25,
path
30.
that blocks everything from your line of sight.
I didn't know it was around here, and it looked like we were dividing, and I didn't know if this pillar extended, so I didn't want us to have like one person going on one side and getting stuck with something, basically.
I mean, they're in sight.
Ah,
Yeah.
the Navarin maneuver.
But I see at least a couple things back here, so
Yep.
I am going to do fairy fire, 60 feet back here, and in a 20-foot cube.
So that's gonna get.
Trying at least getting these two. I don't know if there's anything else back
That's
here.
gonna get all but one of those.
Sweet. They all make dex saves.
Two of them have a minus D4 to their rolls. Cody, will you please roll those for me?
Yeah.
I'd be happy to.
Fuck one guy. One guy's
Yeah.
not so bad off.
So that's a 15 reduced to an 11. That's an 18 reduced to a 17. And then a 16, a 14, and a 16. What's your DC?
16. So
all
two
but
of them don't make it?
All but one. No, all but one fail.
I thought there was a 14 and 11.
Oh, wait, sorry, no, your DC is 16, so if they hit a 16, then they succeed. Sorry.
Yeah, one of them has
Only
17.
two of them fail.
Yeah. But they are illuminated, and you have advantage against them. Anyone else?
Ooh, excellent.
So
As Pest Without Trace falls,
Mm-hmm.
everything is suddenly much louder.
this one and
Why are my boots so loud?
I'm clicking against the floor now.
It's like you were
This
walking against carpet, and then you suddenly start walking on tile.
Yeah.
so those two are lit up with fairy fire,
Woo!
which makes it Kalerna's turn again.
Time to light him up with real fire.
All right, Kalerna, back to you.
Yep.
Surprise round is over. They're aware of you now.
Yes, they
That's
are.
fair. That's fair.
I am going to.
What if we crouch right outside of their visual cone
You just sit-
and wait for the little eyeball to close?
25, 30.
Get the demon equivalent.
If I move up there, hold on just a second. Traits. Yep, commanded to move 30 feet. No action required. So it's just gonna go to there. And then, you know what, sure, I will, because I've got nothing else to use my bonus action on. I will use my bonus action to switch places with my shadow.
As you do, you see there is something very large behind that pillar with the
There is
demon
something
orc.
much bigger up here, back here too. I do not see what it is. It is just slightly up to the, just the side of it, but there is something back here. As I am.
You are close
hear
enough
its
to
breathing.
hear. You are close enough to hear the meaty crunches of it chewing on something.
It is eating a thing.
Oh god, I'm getting flashbacks. Okay.
Meaty Crunch is Captain Crunch's cannibalistic cousin.
I will then action surge to get up close. Is that an Ankeg?
Nope.
No, you're
Feel
right.
like
That's much scarier looking than an
I was
Ankeg.
just saying, I feel like we wouldn't have to be nearly as worried if it was an Ankeg.
So you are looking. What it looks almost like a bear. If a bear had a human-esque face to it, and
I
a
disagree
large
with your assessment of the term human.
human-esque, not human, human-esque, in that the eyes and nose are forward like a human, and the nose is fairly flat. But with like a large inflating bag of meat, pus, and blood where its jaw should be.
Can I roll a nature roll?
Religion.
Religion? Oh, good. I actually have a chance at that.
Don't jinx yourself.
12.
This is a howler.
Like a monkey?
No.
Like a demon.
They are nightmare creatures that are native to Pandemonium.
Cool.
Make
And
it the monkey.
That's all 12 really gets.
Yeah. There is a howler demon back here. Just a heads up. It is fine. I've got this covered. Going to die. I will unleash attacks on the Teneric.
If you move one more square, I'll say you're far enough away from the magma that you won't be doing it at a disadvantage.
Yes, but I will not have the Teneric between me and the howler.
Fair.
I will take the disadvantage. I mean, I realize it's just gonna move. Nah, fuck it. It's just gonna move slightly.
All right, you are now no longer at disadvantage.
Good. And now no one can see me as I die.
Oh no,
I
you
couldn't
were
see you.
already off the
Yeah.
map.
Yeah, you are already out of eyesight. I can see your
Tanya's having
shadow.
fun.
Well,
Oh,
there's
nice.
a good start.
On
Natural
that against the Teneric?
So that is no, I think I'm gonna be attacking the howler now.
Fair. Okay. So natural 20 does hit.
So that is 17
and
plus the ice. Definitely ice. This is a demon thing. So it's 44.
mm-hmm.
So 17 and 13 cold damage.
So as the ice like crawls across its hide, it vaporizes. It doesn't seem to do as much damage as you were hoping.
But it did do some.
It did still do some damage, yes.
Good. And then second attack, not as good.
A 12 misses.
Yeah, as I recall, most demons are resistant to the trifecta of cold, fire, lightning.
A lot.
Most fiends are resistant to fire and poison. Cold is more rare than fire and poison, and lightning is also more rare than fire and poison.
Yep.
But fire and poison are the two that almost all fiends are resistant to, if not immune to.
But like as you start getting up there in challenge rating, cold, fire, lightning become the big three that demons are known to be resistant to.
But yeah, so you slice into it, and the ice sort of vaporizes from the heat emanating off the howler. And as you get its attention, it turns and just sort of like doesn't quite howl, but releases an angry sound that startles you and causes your next swing to miss. You have its attention.
It's really big.
Ithram.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no, let's see. 2, 3, 4.
I know this is somebody like talking in physical meat space in one of your houses, but whoever it is that I'm hearing keeps making me think that I'm hearing Austin talk, which is wrong because none of you are in the same building that Austin is in.
That you know of.
I'm pretty confident.
The only one who could be is me, and I'm definitely not.
I don't know if I've invented a transporter.
Fair. It's entirely possible.
I'm going to cast. I'm going to step right here. Oh, that's a lot of gnarly bodies.
You invented Jason Statham?
No, it would come out much better if I had.
And I'm going to pull out a pinch of gunpowder from my component pouch.
Did you steal that from me?
No, I specifically asked for it, and you gave it. And cast Bolar's Arcane Bombardment. So
Hell yeah.
I'll throw that
All right.
in there.
Choose 4 points in range to bombard with arcane energy.
So 1 point right there.
Go ahead and just draw the 10-foot squares.
Okay.
That's actually not fair. Jason Statham is delightful in a lot of his movies.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hobbs and Shaw is amazing.
10 feet. That's
That'll be
These
two.
two.
That'll be 2 squares on each side.
these two. I can actually just individually hit these guys. as
You
well.
can you can also like
No, why get rid of
overlapping doesn't increase the damage, but you can maneuver those to hit all 3 with only 2 squares.
that? Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I got 4 points. I'm gonna try to hit all of them.
Oh yeah, you can easily hit all of them.
Okay, so they all need to make a DC dexterity or DC 17 dexterity saving throw, and let's see.
Do 2 of them still have a minus D4, or is that going?
No,
down?
that's only for the next saving throw.
So
So
the-
the fairy fighter ate that up. And
Natural 20 on the first one.
all right,
7 on the second one. 1 on
So
the third
fail.
one. 6 on the fourth one. 17 on the fifth one. And a 14 on the sixth one.
so only one of them saved.
Only 2 of them saved.
Okay,
17 is your DC.
all right. So
Is your at higher levels text wrong, by the way? Or do you just get extra shots when you cast it at higher levels?
yeah, instead of increasing the damage, it just it can cover a wider area.
Yep, interesting. Nice.
To spread out the love. It's going to be force and lightning. So, for whatever reason, it didn't, even though I have it set up as an.
Yeah, it
attack
did,
that
it did
does
the
damage.
description rather than the damage. So
Yeah. Let me see why. Oh, because it's outputting as a spell card.
yeah.
Okay, so
So this one takes half. And this one takes half.
let's see.
The others take full.
These ones are going to be lightning based, so they literally look like they actually look like miniature red lightning ballistas that just slam down from the ceiling.
Dope.
Lightning, I know how to spell that word.
Roll damage.
Yep.
Do you though?
Litning.
Well,
Welcome.
Oh God.
Welcome to the litning.
so that's for one of them.
Yeah. So
That's for so
Those are much
progressively better.
Yeah.
The initial shot was like choo choo.
I'll be kind and say the initial shot was at the first one that is by itself.
Hey.
So it takes 1 damage instead of 3. Because it's saved.
Yeah. Yep.
The
other ones take 14.
Failed, so
14, 16, and 13
12.
or 12. Yeah.
16 hit 1 that was by itself. And then this one saved for 6, and the other one took 12. All right,
now
yeah.
How do I delete these?
Select and delete them. So yeah, these red ballista bolts just slam into all of them. There's an explosion of lightning as they hit.
They kind of do the crackle where the electricity spreads out as it hits the
It
ground.
just disperses after it hits you.
hmm
All right, Gint.
So this guy currently has fairy fire and therefore is at advantage to attacks against him. Yes.
Correct.
2 power shots.
You did hear Kalerna call out that there was a very big thing on the other side of this pillar.
Yeah, Kalern is a big girl. She can handle it.
Okay, Jeremy, let's get ready for your third character.
Legit.
1, 2,
I am
3, 4,
down.
5, 6.
I am down.
gonna step to where
Will
I've
they-
got better.
Will they
better
take your
view.
sword with them this time or not?
Nah, probably not.
I mean, Valdeth will take that sword. If
Yes,
no one
you
else,
damn well should.
like
I
if no
will
one
be
else takes that
offended if
sword,
you don't.
Valdeth will, because that seems like an actually decent sword.
26 hit.
What are you shooting at? That one?
This
Yes,
guy here?
Yes, 26 hits.
Okay. He takes
See-
21 magical piercing damage.
He's dead.
if you keep
Okay.
letting my characters die and just take their weapons, my new characters will get new magical items. Step 3, profit.
21 hit this guy.
21 hits that guy, yep.
All right.
Just use
for
Jeremy as a factory of magic items. His
24
characters come
piercing
in and die.
damage.
After a while, they start getting suspicious. That one's also dead.
Cool. I get 2 grit points that don't exist and I can't use.
All right. It's a thing's turn.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. I can use my bonus action because I transformed my fucking.
Did you?
Yeah.
When?
Before we, like, right as we were getting started.
I didn't hear you say that, but I will trust you.
Okay.
Yeah. So then rolling it back because that involves the description.
Okay.
Prior to just before the fight started, Gant took out the little blackened bone, summoned the fleshy pistol out of it, and twisted his hand and pushed forward. At which point the gun split itself open with a very wet, meaty tearing sound, folded itself back over his hand, and merged with his left forearm, creating a reddened, fleshy muscle glove over his free hand that has several little holes with, like, sort of a bony rim at the tips of each of his fingers.
Yep. It's gross.
Which he now points.
And these do necrotic damage.
Yes.
This, I should say, does necrotic damage, I believe.
Yep.
And how much cover does this thing that Kalirna's up against have for me?
From you, quarter cover.
Okay. I ignore that then, because I've got sharpshooter.
There you
This one is not at advantage because he does not have fairy fire. Da-da-da-da. Does a 19 hit it?
A 19 does hit. So yeah, just a finger points out, and this dark purplish energy beam just lances out of the finger and strikes the
Can do that
Tanaruk.
8 more times.
All right. Something else's turn.
Yay! Something else.
Kalerna, out of the corner of your eye, slightly distracted by the big thing in front of you, you see something that looks vaguely humanoid, but with, like, goat horns and a bunch of lesions on its body, disappear.
Okay. That's certainly a thing that has happened.
What is correction was that?
Other turns. So as these corrupted dwarves all turn to look at you, and their bodies open horizontally as these gaping, toothy maws open up to greet you, 2 more dig their way out of the ground.
Yay!
So wait, were they dumpster diving then for food?
No, these are fresh. And they begin their approach. They don't move very fast, I don't think. Oh no, they move pretty normally. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5,
You're good.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. These 2 are going to dash to get to there and there.
Always making my life hard.
Gent. 2 attacks with advantage are coming at you.
Okie dokie.
Does the 17 hit you?
Nope.
Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
You take 17 points of piercing damage as this
Ow.
dwarf again opens itself in half and clamps down on half of you, the teeth sinking in and biting.
I'm going to do a reactive on that one.
All
Then.
right.
Do. Where'd he go? 29, I assume, hits him.
Yes.
Okay. He takes 11 piercing and... Oh, for some reason. Okay. So 11 piercing and 19 thunder damage.
All right.
And he is pushed back 15 feet.
You push him into Ithram.
Bonk. Get off!
Ithram, you're getting an attack. But an 8 misses you, I feel.
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have advantage. Hang on. A 12 still misses you.
Yes.
All right, that's their turn. It's the Howler's turn.
Wee.
Hi, Kalerna.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm so excited for you guys to meet my Yankee pureblood soul knife.
So this entity has advantage on this attack because another one of its allies is within 5 feet of you
Uh-huh.
because it has pack tactics.
Of course it does.
Ticks.
Why would it not?
Does a 21 hit you?
Yes, it does.
And a 22 hits you.
Yes, it does.
So you are frightened.
Am I frightened? Are you saying that I am frightened now?
You are frightened. Oh wait, no, sorry. Wait, no, you're not frightened. Never mind. No, that's a different. I'm reading it wrong. Hang on.
Okay.
Ignore that. 13 piercing and 9 piercing. You take additional psychic damage if you're frightened, but it's not doing that yet.
So 13 and 9?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
13 and 9, and it's going to move over here. Where
Of course it is.
It can see so many other things.
Right,
Still
so
can't
that
see
thing
it.
is huge.
Valdeth.
All right, we're gonna do this the fun way now. So Valdeth will run up here, and for my first of my 2 attacks, I'm going to shove this fucker into the lava.
All right, so give me a athletics check against theirs.
Natural 20. Get in the fucking lava.
Hang on, let me see what happens with it. Natural 1, it gets in the fucking lava.
Sploosh.
Splash. It is resistant to fire damage, so it's not going to take as much damage as it would, but I'll say it's currently half submerged, which we determined was...
Wading through lava was 10d10.
10d10. I'll roll this openly. 10d10.
Is it D10s or D6s?
D10s.
D10s.
So it only takes
Ouch.
half of that.
24.
24.
It still
24.
dies.
Yay!
Ooh, good.
Any thumbs up? As it
Now
goes
it's
down?
fully right. Yeah,
No.
like an imposter.
No, just the mouth. The thing that happens is that its mouth is open at the time, and so the lava just pours into its gullet, and
Ugh.
oh yeah,
Ouch.
I was
Heartburn.
I was
What
here,
did-
so that
what's
was
the Scoville
5,
rating
10,
on that?
15, 20, 25 to get over here and flank.
the Scoville rating is a lot.
That's a 28 to hit.
28 hits.
Have to be
And-
careful, you'll burn your mouth.
You know, I'll use one of my 10 Blood Fury charges on this. So, 30 slashing / necrotic damage and 3 radiant damage.
It's dead. That would have killed it if it was at full health.
And then with my bonus action, I will focus and bring my sen up to 4.
All right. Tanaruk time. Hey, Kalerna.
Stop.
He's got advantage on you now, too. Isn't that fun? As this large, spiky, jagged greatsword gets picked up, sliding, the metal sliding against the stone wall behind it, and comes down at you. Does a 19 hit you?
Yep.
All right, that's going to be 13 slashing damage. And
Okay.
as the greatsword slices through you, it uses the momentum to lunge forward and bite at you. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Yeah, you
Bam!
headbutt it back. Yeah, to stop it from biting you. All right, so you just took 13 slashing damage from the greatsword.
I'm fine.
All right, that makes it to Tanya's turn.
Okay, running forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, goodness. Now I can see things. Sort of, maybe. Is this the edge of Calerna? No, that's something else.
Well, that's the
I-
Terra.
Calerna's right here.
You saw
Oh,
you saw a large jagged greatsword swinging out from behind that pillar and hitting something, and then blood
Okay.
spray.
alright. She's gonna mutter something about, damn heroes, stop running into ahead of things into
Yeah.
more.
Somewhere
I'm
you hear in
going
the back of your
to-
head, Ariel's go saying, "Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it?"
She is going to
This is
send
Titania's lesson.
send her spores forward to right here. They are in this is a thing I can do. Spreading spores. I can hurl them up to 30 feet away. They swirl in a 10-foot cube. So they're just gonna swirl right kind of in between Ithram and Ghent. It won't hit either of them. And they get my Halo of Spores damage. If they, on their turn, they have to make a save for it.
All
So
right.
I leave those. That
There are
is,
spores right there.
Yep, that's not an action or anything. So then I just
Is it not?
use my face step. It's a bonus action. Ithram, you have to make a wisdom save.
18.
You're fine. There's a blast of cold. I go, let's see, 30 feet. Right here, right between the echo and this monster thingy.
Okay.
So I can see, yep, that looks bad. I'm going
It's
to...
fine.
Sure.
We're totally good.
So the spreading
Kazi-
spores. Spreading spores is a
and
bonus
Kazi
action.
are going to get along great.
Is it?
Yeah, you gain the ability to seed an area with deadly spores as a bonus action while your symbiotic entity feature is active. You can hurl spores up to 30 feet away where they swirl in a 10-foot cube for 1 minute.
So that's okay.
So
So
it
I'm going to read
requires
you
your-
what I have in mind.
I'm
while
reading
you're-
it from the book, so.
Okay, I'm reading it from my character sheet here, so this is what I was going off of.
Mhm.
While your symbiotic entity feature is active, you can hurl spores up to 30 feet away, where they swirl in a 10-foot cube for a minute. They disappear early if you use this feature again. If you dismiss them as a bonus action, or if your symbiotic entity feature is no longer active.
Mhm.
There's nothing about it being an action or a bonus action.
So is it in the bonus action section of your action economy sheet?
Oh, okay.
Yep, that'll do that.
That'll
That'll
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
That'll be where it's fun.
That's very annoying. Okay.
It's right there under phase
Got
step,
it.
which is also in the
Okay.
bonus action section.
All right then. Are you fine with me having used 2 bonus actions and then I just don't have a chance for an action?
We'll say you used your action to Misty Step instead of a bonus
Okay.
action.
Also, if you actually click on the ability, it will open up a slightly larger one that
Yeah,
does
I
say as
see
a
that.
bonus
I usually
action.
don't open things when
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's annoying because that one is detailed enough. It looks like it's the whole
Yeah.
description,
Yeah.
as
but it
opposed to the
is-
usual ones where it's like a couple sentences, so you know there's more to it.
Yeah, but it is as with the way that they break down your action economy
Yeah.
in D&D Beyond, it is in the
Yep.
section of bonus
Yep.
actions.
In that
just have a
case,
lot of them.
actually, can I? I did want to run forward. I was back here behind Ithram. If I use my bonus action to do the spreading spores,
Actually,
can I do
did you activate your symbiotic entity?
Yeah, I did this before at the top.
Okay.
That was one of our like starting.
Got it.
Preparations.
Yeah, I did.
Got it. I apparently missed all of your starting preparations. Apparently.
Yeah. Instead of doing face step, I'll just do a cantrip here.
Okay.
Chill touch against probably the one that's between Ghent and the Echo.
All right. So. You never teleported.
Yep. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Too many things.
It's okay. You're a druid.
Okay.
Druids have lots of things they have to keep track of.
Complicated.
That's why I'm here to go, actually.
Natural 20?
Heyo.
Hey.
So that's 8, 9, 10, 22 necrotic damage.
Ow.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And if it's got any healing things, it can't do that.
Good thing it doesn't have any of those.
Okay.
Kalerna,
All right,
you're stuck between a howler and a hard place.
I am. I am going to move down slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Just because. Actually, no, I am not, because I want to stay. Oh shit! I moved over 30 feet away. The echo is not there.
Oh.
It's okay. It's gonna come right back. It's just gonna come back over here.
I was gonna say you could have used your echo to not be in a sandwich between a rock and a hard place anymore, but
My roll 20 messed up and it didn't show anything changing. But okay, there we go.
So hold on just a second. No, I wouldn't have been able to because I moved over 35 feet away, and you have to summon it as a bonus action and then take a bonus action to teleport.
yeah, and I was like, if it hadn't disappeared because you moved away, you could have not been between these guys anymore. But
so I'm going to put it. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna move down there, and then I will attack the howler twice
with your flanking.
With my flanking.
With your flanking, yep.
I flank with myself.
Echo Knights can do that.
Echo Knights absolutely can.
Echo Knights are real good. You catch it in that pussy bag jowl thing, and it just sort of bounces off rather than cutting.
All right. Well, second attack.
Oh, I don't want to cut that.
That seems like it would smell bad.
26. I'm
26
assuming that hits.
Yes, 26 hits.
So 11 slashing and we'll keep it with cold. Even though, so 2d4.
Every little bit counts.
So 5 cold.
So 2
and
cold.
then the echo attacks. See, hold on a second, make sure.
The Echo gets its own attacks?
You can do it a certain number of times per long rest.
Nice.
I can up to 3 times per long rest. Whenever you take an attack action, you can make 1 additional melee attack from the Echo's possession.
Echo Knights are so good.
And you can summon as many echoes as you want in a day.
Yeah.
There's no limit to it.
Echo Knights are so good.
They are fucking ridiculously good.
Well
So
done,
25
Mr. Mercer.
for 14 slashing.
Yep.
And fire this time.
Okay.
It may do nothing. I don't know. Maybe this thing is totally immune to fire, but then it's fire on ice, and it's I hope it's not immune. Resistance or immune to force damage.
Right.
So there's 6 fire damage.
It's resistant to fire, so it takes 3 damage. However, you
Okay.
do still deal damage to it with both sides, so it does need to make a con save.
Okay. Yep.
It rolled a 20 on its con save.
All right. That's fine.
Does it still take half damage, or does it just
No,
not
it,
explode?
No,
it doesn't.
it's
It
a null or
resists the
nothing.
steam
It's
explosion.
a pass fail.
If it's still at half damage, it would be way too good.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
Little broken.
Ithram.
All right. 1, 2. I'm gonna move down to here.
Yeah.
No attack of opportunity.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you do get an attack opportunity.
Okay.
Sorry, I was
He was
Yeah,
waiting
he's-
for that.
I was waiting for you to say something, and it didn't.
Yep.
An 18.
Damn it, that's my AC. Actually, no, I'm not gonna be casting cantrips at anything but cantrips this turn, anyways. So yeah, I'll use Arcane Deflection, and my AC for that attack is 20.
All right. Yeah. So the maw comes in, and you hold a hand up, and this blue energy barrier just sort of like it chomps down on it, and it can't quite get your arm, and it looks really confused.
And then, so that was 2, 5, 10, 15, 20. He's just trying to get these two's
It's
attention.
Another attack off of you. 13 misses.
Misses. And then he's going to dive right back in. And Booming Blade, this one first. So flail attack.
Were you just trying really hard to burn all of their reactions?
Yeah, no, he was getting their attention so that when Titania eventually runs past,
Yep, that they don't.
she doesn't get her ankles gnawed.
Thanks.
Solid choice. Well,
Except their turn
21.
is before Titania's turn.
21 hits.
Well, he doesn't know about initiative.
That is
You
fair.
do though, and that was where your plan came from.
He was trying
I still
to
appreciate it.
he doesn't know. He also doesn't know about attacks opportunity. So
Yeah, he's just making sure that they attack him rather than her or anybody else. So 21 hits.
21
so
hits.
here's normal damage, 10 points of bludgeoning damage, plus here's
Dead.
Booming Blade. Dead. All right, still for dramatic effect. Another 3 points of thunder damage. So there's a dull pop. And then bonus action.
The flail
Blade
sinks
again.
into it, and as it collapses to the ground, it jostles a bit as there's a inside it.
Yeah, it rebounds fairly quickly as the thunder just kind of like bops off of it. But then Booming Blade as a bonus action on this one. 23.
Those bracers are really good for you.
Yeah, no,
right?
I'm
It's dead.
loving them. Okay.
It had 3 hit points left.
Perfect.
Actually,
13 points of Booming Blade damage. So
you exactly killed both of them with the bludgeoning damage because the first one had 10 hit points and that one had 3.
wonderful. And then I did the exact opposite in damage for Booming Blade almost. That one, the thunder damage just smashes it
into the
down
lava?
flat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
knocks it into the lava.
Blasts
That
it
one's a
into the
side
lava.
swipe.
Exactly.
And look, you succeeded at your tactic. Titania will not be attacked by either of
And
those
then-
as she runs past them.
Exactly. So let's see. 5, 10,
Perfect battle
15,
plan.
20, 25, 30.
All right.
Move up to here.
Gent.
On your
I love
left.
that we've got on your left. I love that we've got a 3-way tie in fatalities currently. Gent is going to step here to give Ithram flanking on this one, and aim his attack at this guy,
Tanaruk.
Tanaruk. And he's going to try and make him drop his sword. So, assuming this shot hits,
16 hits.
then he takes 18 piercing damage and 8 force damage. He has to make a DC 17 or drop his weapon.
That was DC
Strength
17
save.
What?
DC,
Thank you.
strength save. Sorry. Strength save.
18.
Damn him. Fine then. He'll get
You shim
another.
the shoulder. The muscles tense as it grips the sword tight.
Right. Yep. All right. Well, he took 20-some points of damage anyway. And then Finger the Profane for my bonus action. Does a 15 hit him?
No. Yes, a 15 hits him.
Oh, okay. for 18 necrotic.
Another beam of purple energy.
Kalerna, get out of there!
Titania,
Yes.
as it moves to a different character's turn. I need you to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy.
I know this spell.
Okay.
There are a lot of spells that have
was gonna
intelligence
say,
saving throws.
I know this monster, so I know what spell this
do you
is.
know
If
this?
If it's a charm, I have advantage.
It is not a charm effect.
Okay. I figured I'd throw that out there.
I have used so many fiends. I know
Ooh.
all
One
the
natural
fiends.
20.
That a girl.
Woo!
That's our girlfriend.
So, you still take the damage at least.
Okay.
You
GM
feel-
Can
consolation
you hear the
prizes.
sound of disappointment?
You feel needles in your brain
Okay.
You are not feeble-minded.
as you take 15 points of psychic damage. And
Oh, is that what that spell was?
That would be my guess. It's the only intelligence save that I think this thing has.
as you are indeed not feeble-minded,
Okay.
as an entity sort of appears from around this pillar that looks like a vaguely humanoid, tall, thin, lanky, but with twisted goat horns covered in pustules and with a head that looks kind of like a sheep's head. Just sort of stares at you with one fingernail that's way too long and was in the mid gesture when this effect went off in your brain.
Okay.
And as you turn and look at this thing, having taken some psychic damage, you see you do still take 15 points of psychic damage.
Yep.
That's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Woo.
Uh,
Bye.
Goodbye.